right? What? Bop, bop, grop. Bop, bop, right? Okay? You feel that? So it's like a strong stance. It's not like weak. Because when we're singing, singing is an athletic event. It really is. Because you're going to use your body, because your body is the instrument. So you want to feel this sort of looseness. I can't tell you how many people I've had in big choirs that they locked their knees and they fainted and fell down. And because they're standing there terrified, or just because they wanted to look good or something. Girls in high heels or guys in boots. Oh, man, whatever, man. Don't do all that stuff. Wear flat shoes. You're going to hurt yourself. I'm going to say, yeah, it might look good, but boy, I can guarantee you it's not making you sing good. So anyway, so go back to your bouncing a little bit. So I want you to feel the floor, okay? Feel it with your toes, so lean forward a little, and then lean back a little. Feel your heels. Kind of rock back and forth. Are we rock and roll singers? Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. Now, the rest of that I don't like, but okay. So you feel that? Sort of feeling the floor? Okay, relax your knees. Good, good. You look good. Wow, you're a great group. I appreciate this. This is great. I love this, man. All right, so do this now with me, and I'll say this over and over throughout our time. I'll say, I'll do it first, and then you try, okay? So it's just a good way to communicate, and then I'll count, and then you do stuff. So first, just go ahead and reach your hands as high as you can from the floor. Oh, man, it feels good anyway, right? So, yeah, just stretch that out. And if you want, lock your knuckles up there or fingers, and then go backwards. And then just stretch out your whole upper torso. You should feel your sternum, your deltoids, your pecs, everything, all of this stuff starting to really stretch. Do it. Feels good, doesn't it? All right. Don't worry, we're all hot and sweaty, and they're not going to matter. All right, just relax now. Go ahead and roll your shoulders out a little bit. Just roll them a little bit. Roll them backwards, maybe. Roll them forwards. I was told you're not supposed to roll your neck, and I agree, so don't roll your neck. Just maybe put your neck forward, chin down, and then a little back. Unless you have neck problems, then maybe to the side, the other side, and then do that again. Chin down, neck back, to the right side, to the left side. Ooh, that feels good, man. I don't know about you. All right, go ahead and stretch out your arms again. Notice now when you're stretching out your hands like this, how upright. Everybody say upright. You should feel your upright, period, as a believer, right? That's our goal. So, but your sternum, which is this bone, keep your hands raised, keep them up. So your sternum, which is this bone that connects your rib cage together, should feel really high off the floor. Now slowly lower your arms, just slowly. Notice how high and lifted or upright your chest cavity feels. You feel all that up there? You should feel really lifted, right? Okay? This is very critical because we want to be able to be our best so we can sound our best. And in order to do that, you have to train your muscles to have memory just like an Olympic athlete would, to where they can produce Olympic results. But it starts with baby steps, right? So when I lift my hands like that, I like to think of it that way. Paul tells us to do what? Timothy, lift up holy hands without wrath or fear. Yeah, doubt, but it has to do with fear. Because you know that you're going to be received by God, right? That's really why we lift our hands, but it's even deeper than that. What it is, on the top of the Ark of the Covenant were cherubim, right? The two cherubim, they had their hands lifted, leaning towards each other. And God said to Moses, I want to meet you. And Moses said, really? Where? He said, between the wings of the cherubim, I will meet with you. It says this in Exodus. So we are the natural modern ark, right? We carry Jesus. We have the Holy Spirit in us. So in the New Testament church, as we reach out our hands, lifting up holy hands, you and I are the same. We reach out to God as those cherubim were reaching out and back to each other, so that every time you lift your hands, do it right now. between you and the top of that ceiling, God's reaching back to you, and that's where he's going to meet you. Isn't that blown? That's amazing. Yeah, so just close your eyes. Just worship the Lord, man. Just, wow, that's awesome. Lord, I can meet with you. When I lift my hands, I am like the cherubim, and you said you'd meet me here. Wow, that'll make you upright. Now, go ahead and lower your arms. Am I doing okay? Are you doing all right? You with me? Okay, everybody's really quiet, but it's okay. I like it. Okay, feeling sweaty yet? Good. I feel some blood flow. We need some blood flow going. All right. So did that feel good, lifting your hands? So we're talking about posture, right? Number one. So when in my posture, this upright, lifted feeling, there's another way. That is, I just gave you 2 exercises. I don't know if you figured that out already on how to work on your posture. You know, you're talking about lifting your hands, stretching, doing these other stretches. And then the second one, lift your hands unto the Lord and have a worship moment. Because that's where the Shekinah is. It's right between the tip of your fingers. And, you know, Michelangelo knew what he was talking about when he did the whoop with the hands on the, that's some deep stuff, guys. That's really what it was, the cherubim wings. And that just blows my mind every time I hear that. You ever heard that before? Oh, man, awesome. One of your awesome writers from this state, Bob Sorge, talks about that in a lot of his books. Amazing guy. So anyway, another exercise that I want to teach you is it's a traditional exercise within the vocal pedagogical community, meaning teaching of voice to students. And it's really goes back to a ballet move called the virelai. Okay, so you pretend you're a marionette, which is like a puppet on a string, right? And so a marionette would have a string right through its head, right? So pretend there's a string running straight down from the ceiling through your head, and then it's attached to your sternum. Find your sternum so you know where it is. Okay, so you make sure it's the middle of your body, because you want to feel this sense of center, knees soft and supple. Go move ahead and side to side like this again. Pretend there's a string, and just take that string and just lift yourself up on your toes. And then let yourself down again. Lift yourself up again. So this is another way to get a sense of lift. It's a very common one vocal coaches use. Great little thing to help you to make sure. You can't do this in front of people. You're like, what are you doing? That's a little weird. I worship you, Almighty God. Oh, I don't know, whatever, right? You're like, well, okay. But hey, we can lift our hands, What a friend, whatever, you just go for it. All right, you good? All right, so you got 2 exercises already in your quiver. All right, have a seat. Good job, good job. You're doing great. So we're talking about posture. So those 2 exercises are especially good for posture. Now, posture has to be linked to breathing, or it doesn't really make sense, because the goal is to fill our lungs with air and then expel air. I had a great, amazing experience in my collegiate journey with one of a very famous singer from the Met who had sang there like 14 years, like he was there doing shows like crazy. He was at Juilliard and all that stuff. And then he came down to the school where I was, in SMU in Dallas, and I got to work with him. His name was Dr. Thomas Hayward. And so Tommy, he used to say, let the sound ride on the breath. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? Well, you and I must have, as we expel the air, we must feel the sound literally being carried out of us by the breath. And you have amazing rivers here, right? So you can see stuff being carried away, not retained, like that leaf never went anywhere, but so the rivers take. So every time you breathe out, you should have that imagery, so that you think, wow, I'm exhaling and there's a river flowing out of me of air. Or let the sound riding then on that river, like row, row, row your boat, right? So you're thinking about literally sound being carried rather than me pushing or forcing or making it kind of work. It should be very effortless. In fact, one of the best ways to explain this is just to sigh. In German, we'd say, meine Zeit. Did anybody speak German here? Ah, Mensch, ärgere ich mich nicht. I said, don't make me mad. You don't speak German? No, I'm just kidding. So, do that with me. It's like at the end of the day, I'm ready to just. In fact, this is a great time to just go ahead and yawn a little for me. Yawn. Come on, I can't hear you at all. Come on. Dude, make me a loud yawn, just like an ugly yawn. You know, like, oh no. like Pastor Michael's. Are you all from this church? Okay. I didn't know a lot of times people come from many churches. Pastor Michael's up here preaching, and you're like, and then you don't want him to see that, right? No, not that you've ever yawned. I mean, I've yawned at so many meetings. I remember sitting there looking at some famous preacher, and I was like on the stage, and I was doing this big thing, and I was worshiping. He was this giant preacher. I think it was John Bevere, yeah. And I was like, I was ready, and I was like, I was so tired from the event. He just looked at me and laughed. He was great. John's great, John and Lisa. I don't know if you know who they are. Amazing people. Anyway, so this is a great example of just how to get the breath in, okay? So when we think about our breathing, we have to talk about all the pieces of the breathing mechanism. So obviously, we breathe in through the mouth or the nose. I don't know anybody yet on the planet that can breathe through their ears. So though some people claim lots of things, I don't know. But I know you can breathe through your nose and your mouth, and we're going to learn how to do that. So go ahead and just long and slow through your nose, just breathe in. Unless you're like, that kind of, then you might need to it out, okay? So I'm not trying to be gross, just your coach here, okay? I'm your teacher, I can say anything. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. So do it again, long and slow through your nose. When you do that and you're seated, we didn't really talk about seated posture, but last night I sat and sang, and a lot of people like to sit and sing, and that's cool, just as long as you have the good posture for that. In fact, when you're leaning against the back of the chair, scoot your booty all the way back to the back of the chair so you feel straight. Like, sit up straight, son. Come on, sit up, right? So you're sitting up back all the way to the back. Now breathe in long and slow now through your mouth. Not your ears, but like you're sipping through a straw, like this. I'll do it first, then you try. Give me some fish lips. I mean, yeah, there you go. That was awesome. What is your name, bro? Caleb. Man, it's like, I'm a Caleb. I mean, I don't have that in my name, but like, I'm not 80 yet, but I'm running with Joshua's. It's awesome. Dude, I love that name. So anyway, do it again. Put your booty all the way back. This time, go ahead and put your hands up, too. Go, I surrender, Lord. Huh. Sorry, I'm not trying to get all religious on you. No, I'm just kidding. So you just breathe now long and slow through your nose. Try that one. Oh, that feels good. Now just relax and let it out through your mouth. You can lower your arms, just lower your hands. And then do it again now, long and slow again through your mouth, like give me some fish lips and make it sound like you're on the bottom of a chocolate, most awesomest, triple fat, sweet, incredible, whatever. I'm not allowed to have sugar, so anyway. Okay, ready? Do it. Man, you should feel your middle just filling up like crazy. You should even feel your back feeling like full, right? So imagine like there is a balloon just dropped inside of you, and as you breathe in, that balloon is expanding. This is a wonderful example used by millions of coaches around the world, and it's a great way to just descriptively see that. And I'm all about seeing so that I can understand. I mean, nowadays, too, you can't even buy anything without saying, well, where's the manual? Well, go to YouTube and watch the video. It's like, okay, cool. That helps me. So I like to read, though. So when I'm thinking about breathing in, I want to feel an expansion in my middle. I want to feel an expansion in my back. Why? Because I want to get that past my mouth, through my trachea. Okay, you got two tubes in your throat, your trachea and your esophagus. Both then go into an area called the vocal box. It's called the larynx. There's a bunch of other muscles involved, like 28 something muscles that do all these cool things. Man, they still can't figure out how we do a lot of stuff. And you can't believe there's a God? Are you kidding me? Wow. It's incredible. Even the vocal instrument itself is a miracle on how it works. Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible. You know, people say, oh, well, Lucifer had harps in his body. Dude, you have like a harp in your body. What do you mean? Like you do. It's incredible. It's awesome. So when you breathe in, you should feel this breath go all the way down the tube, right way, past your lungs to where it settles sort of in the deepest part of your lung. You don't want a shallow breath. Everybody say shallow. Nobody really likes shallow, do they? Yeah, shallow's cool, if you're need it to be shallow, it's a rushing river and you're fly fishing and you need to stay in the shallow. Say, sorry, I want to come up here and fly fish. I bet you got some fly fishing up here, right? Oh, yeah, like I used to do it in Montana. So you're on the shore, but you need shallows, okay. But we don't want a shallow breath like I'm running. You're running to the store. I gotta get this stuff for the store because I'm going to make whatever, right? You're not that thing. I'm late, whatever, okay. Or I'm exercising. No, we don't want to feel the breath really here, but we want to feel something deep. Say deep. Deep. I have a really deep voice. Oh, yeah. I've been everywhere, man. Sorry. Okay, so, yeah, I got a really long stretch where I can go from the bottom of my voice to the way up there. So all of you have the same in your vocal instrument. And we're going to teach it how to become all it can be so you can get all those notes one day. Now, we're not talking about pitch notes yet, but everybody always asks me, well, how can I increase my range? How can I increase my range? And I like to just say, guys, it's very simple. We have something I like to term your public range and your private range. We don't want to know all your notes, okay? Some things are better left in private, right? I mean, come on. Okay, so we don't want to hear everything you can possibly do in the first 8 bars of the song, okay? I know that sounds difficult for us, prima donnas that want to sing every note and, do all this stuff. But, hey, we want to be only singing what I like to call our sweet spot, where we're singing in what I like to say is our public range. Because we can always add to the private range. You can always get elasticity. Ooh, I love elastic, don't you? Everybody needs some stretchy pants, right? Okay, sorry. So I run with Rick Pino, and he looks like Nacho Libre, so we just laugh about we know all the lines, and you should hear Rick roll with that. That is the funniest thing you've ever seen. You will anyway, it's so funny. So anyway, so we're always trying to stretch or bring elasticity to get more into the larger part of our range. So yeah, you'll feel stuff, oh yeah, way down there. And then you'll feel stuff way high too, and we'll talk about how you do that. But when we breathe in, we got to get that deep. Everybody say deep. So you want to feel the breath way deep. So take your hand and just push it deep into your tummy. Some of our tummies are bigger than others. Not in your belly button, but just above it. Right in there, just kind of bounce there. Okay, you should feel kind of a bounce. Just take your fist and kind of push on it and kind of bounce. Do that. And now breathe in. As you breathe in, I want you to feel your hand push away from your body because of the expansion in your middle. Does that make sense? So remember, back to the balloon. When you breathe in, you're expanding your middle, and you're going to feel this sort of pressure behind your abdominal wall, pushing your tummy out, or a belly, or tummy's better, right? Okay. So take your fist, push it in. You remember seat, put your two all the way to the back, uncross your legs so you feel this because you won't feel it as much in the legs. Sit up straight. Then you've got push in and breathe in like you're sipping through a straw. This time on a count. Ooh, we're going to get some music here, huh? So let's just do the count of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in that meter. Are you ready? So I'll do it first, then you try. So I'm going to just demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I counted 4 and then I breathed in. So I'll just count and then you breathe in and I'll count again so you can keep the time. Cool? Are you ready? Here we go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should feel this all fill up, right? Go ahead and release that. Let's do it now to the count of 8, okay? Double it. Ready? Go a little faster. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You feel that expansion? Okay, good. Yeah, nice. Now breathe it out. This time we're going to double things up. You with me still? Okay, we're going to breathe in long and slow through our nose and then exhale through our mouths. Okay? So it's going to come out, and I want you to, when you do that, I want you to sigh, like that. You understand? Okay, I'll do it first and then you try. So I'll do it faster so we save time. Ready? But we're going to go to 4. You ready? Sit up straight. Looks good. Actually, let's stand. Ready? Oh, that was terrible. Come on, sit down. Help me, Jesus. Okay, here we go. Ready? Eyes, eyes, eyes. Very nice. Oh, no, somebody messed it up in the back. Sit down. Okay, sorry. We love you, but you're off. Ready? Very good. Okay, so check your posture, side to side. Get that balance, that alignment. Feel centered. Check. Go ahead and lift your hands. Check it. Make sure everything's high. You feel the uprightness. Good, good, good. Come back to that ready position. We're going to breathe in long and slow through our nose. Pushing out on our middle, feeling that expansion. Take your fist, push it into your middle. Okay, above your belly button. Are you ready? Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're going to do 8. Are you ready? Breathe in through your nose, 8, and then exhale. Ready? Okay, 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. All right, that's a great breathing exercise. There's a lot of ways to do different breathing exercises. Let me show you a couple other ones because this is important. Go ahead and take your fist again and push it into your middle and just bounce it on your tummy and go, ha, ha, ha. Pretty good, but we'll do it together. Ready? Go. Ha, ha, ha. So you're bouncing your fist kind of like you're hitting yourself. Yeah, stop hitting yourself. No, just kidding. No, hit yourself. No, don't. That doesn't sound right? Okay, ready? So push in. Ready, go. Ha, ha, ha. So there's 3. So let's do 4 in a row. Ready, go. Ha, 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 ha. Let's do 8. Now this time we're going to breathe in long and slow through our nose, and we're exhaling ha-ha-has on 8 times out, or what we call a staccato breathing exercise, short and separated. The other one was called legato, connected. So you ready? Here we go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, we got 9 out of it. Okay, good. That's good. See, you're already building diaphragmatic strength because you're breathing deeply, or what we call diaphragmatic breathing. All right. You guys learning anything? Okay. Hopefully some of this isn't brand new, but it was good. At the end, we'll have lots of questions. Don't worry. So go ahead and have a seat. Good job. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Okay. That's what we'll do all day here. So, all right. So when we're talking about posture, we've talked about alignment. We've talked about being balanced, being centered, being upright. We talked about breathing. We talked about breathing deeply, right? Not shallow. We have a sense of a couple of exercises there to do some breathing studies, as we call it. Let's now talk about your chest voice. Take your hand, put it on your chest, and say, "This is my chest voice." Okay, do it together, though. Ready, go. Very good. All right, so you should feel the sound there. Say, "Aha." Do it louder. Breathe first. You got to breathe first. Yeah, I got to breathe. Breathe 4 counts through your nose. 1, 2, ready, go. Aha. Good. Let that sound ride on that exhaled air. This time, we're going to do 8 counts breathing in. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha. Oh, you feel it right there? You should feel a big rattle, right? We call this the fundamental pitch because this is where your pitch resonates in a frequency realm, and so this is called the chest voice. I like to call it the chest voice, and millions of great singers do, because you feel it in your chest. You feel it vibrating all around here and in your lower larynx area, all around your vocal box. You should feel your tongue, your teeth, your nose, your ears, all this stuff behind your face start to rattle. I mean, we should really just, and one of the best ways to activate all of that is through what I like to call a closed mouth hum. So you're just going to close your mouth and do the Rodin. You know who he was, right? The guy sitting there with yeah. Isn't he up here somewhere? It's in Maine, I think, yeah. The real one. So say, I'm not so sure about that one. Yeah, so you feel the just do it without your this thing, your hand. Do say Now go like an M sound, like No, what are you cooking, Mama? Like you're a motorcycle. A snowmobile up here, right? Woo! I love snowmobiles. I snowmobiled in Yellowstone once. That was really fun. That's cool. You guys do snowmobile trails here, I saw. I got to come up here and try them. Be fun. I live on a ranch, so I ride all sorts of stuff. So horses and donkeys and, anyway, dogs. And I have really big dogs. English Mastiffs. They're like 180, so yeah, big. So yeah. So yeah, he could ride them. So I don't ride them. Anyway. So when we talk about exhaling the sound, we want to feel this rattle, right? All this stuff happening. So let's try another sense of feeling of the sound getting its vibration in the chest voice. And we're just going to do this with the sound V, like V. Just do that for me. Say V. Try it with a Z. Z. Or do you say Z up here like in Canada? A. Z. Do it more. Z. Sounds like a weed eater, right? It's a Z. Okay, try V again. Now it's a chainsaw, right? Actually, I have all these snoring sounds that everybody claims I make. My wife, Jose, other people that I tour with, and we're stuck in a room together or something. It's like, dude, I'm never going to room with you again. I could not sleep all night. And he started naming he even had names for all my snores. So try that one again. Say tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. I'll slow it down. Tip of the teeth. Spit it at me. No. Tip of the teeth. Tip of the tongue. Tip of the teeth, 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 tip of the tongue. Tip of the... Okay. Or the Fred Flintstone one. Oh, no, anyway, that's a good one too. All right, let's try one with an N sound. Say like na, like nana, like Try the R. Arrivederci. Ronald Reagan. Resurrection. Some of us have trouble with our tongues. It's hard to tame the tongue, you know. Some of us need to. Sometimes I wonder what I hear come out my mouth, what's in my heart. Ooh, you know. Whoa. The Lord said that to me the other day. I was like, man, did you hear what you just said? What's in your heart? Whoa. You know, it's not what defiles us, what we put in our mouths, so to speak. Definitely defiled by things we put in our ears and our eyes. But, you know, everything's been cleaned, so to speak, by the blood of Jesus. We don't worry about that in our post-crucifixion resurrected world. So, hallelujah, we don't have a dietary code that God says you better do that, or, you know, so thank God. But the truth is, we need to have just this feeling that what comes out of my mouth is pretty big. It's a pretty big deal, and that exposes really what's in my heart. I heard it said once, if somebody's sitting there talking to you about someone else, when you're not there, they're talking to someone else about you. So don't talk about other people. Now, I'm not talking about loving on someone and saying, hey, we need to minister to this person, but don't gossip. You know, don't do that. The church is so filled with that sin. It's incredible. You know, we blame, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do all this other stuff. And man, we're filled with gossip and obesity and liars and what in the world? It's the same, guys. It's right in the same list of things. So I'm moving towards, trying to become more and more of a fasted life. I actually, in the last 6 months, have dropped like 3 sizes of clothes, literally, because I had a food addiction. And the Lord is, I was like, stop. And I said, okay. I finally listened. And so the point is, God is always looking to get inside of our hearts because he's really concerned what comes out of our mouths, because life and death are in the power of what? It is. It's real. And what's crazy is we can disciple and change and shift an entire culture if what comes out of our mouths is God singing versus me singing. Okay? That's why we choose to become a God singer and not just sing for myself. And we'll talk about the types of songs that there are. And I'm not singing, you don't sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, or I love you to somebody, or I honestly love you, or there's lots of things we can do with music. But the thing that's primary goal is when you exhale from your heart, you want your heart to not be showing all of the evil that might be lurking hidden somewhere underneath. That's what's always interesting to hear singers in our culture, or even others that have sort of a stage presence, and then when they talk off stage and hear what's coming out of them, and you go, whoa, okay, I don't know, or, oh, that's really good. I didn't even, wow, the prophets of our age their lines are written on the subway walls. Well, there's prophetic words right there. Some guy just spray painted them over there, That's a line from a Rush song, by the way. I lived in Toronto, so what can I say? So, and it's really another prophet of our time said, I hear the captain's voice, but it's hard to listen while you preach. That's from U2, from Bono. The point is that the prophetic words of God are going to get into a culture out of someone's mouth, even someone who's not necessarily following him. Man, a donkey had to talk to the prophet, but how many times did some king, say something, and it's what the people of God needed to hear. But God's always plan was for the people of God to be the ones who had the heart right so that they could speak it out or be a God singer. Did you know that all the prophets really sang their prophecies? They didn't really shout them out. Whoa! Those guys were all singers. That's why they called the school of the prophets. And then they just sang it out. Prophecy and song. I mean, Isaiah sang out Isaiah. Okay, so that's all what is part of our culture as a God singer. What God's idea of proclaiming words in the earth. And this is why a lot of the religious traditions around the world, they sing. In fact, the Jews, they sing their prayers and they pray their psalms. And so this is really powerful stuff. And it's connected directly to the words that are coming out of me. I don't know why I'm hitting this so hard, but it really touched me recently when I realized, man, some of the things that came out of me weren't, I said, wow, what's in my heart, Lord? That I would just blurt that out, in a moment of whatever, and we all know what some of those are, right? Like, oh man, what did I just say? What? So, anyway. So now let's talk about one other sound. Try this one. Ing. I-N-G. Ing. Okay, so let's go to mm. No, M. So, no, H-M, sorry. Hmm. Try mm. Try n. Try r. Try v. Try ing. All of those are going to awaken your resonators. You should feel all sorts of stuff happening. Resonators are all of these things inside that make the sound good, okay? And it's what gives it the shape and the space inside. Now, what's really important is to activate our resonators is to combine something that we do, combining the sounds of consonants and the sounds of vowels, otherwise known as diction, okay? So when we say that, we want to add, say, an easy vowel that goes with a hard consonant, like hmm. So just say hmm-ah, hmm-ah, hmm-ah. Try it. Hmm-ah, hmm-ah, hmm-ah. Now let's combine everything we've learned, okay? So sit up straight. Feel the back of your chair. Breathe. We're going to breathe to the count of 8 through our nose, and then we're going to exhale through the hummas. Are you ready? I don't need to do it first, right? Here we go. Ready, go. Breathe. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and breathe out. Hmm-ah, 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 hmm-ah. Was that 8? I think so. You ran out of air, right? Okay. So we need to have every breath be able to carry the vowels and the consonants out of us. So let's go ahead and stand. Are you ready? Eyes, eyes, eyes. You did great. You did great. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try one that goes mum, 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 mum. Do it. Mum, 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 mum. Again. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Now say me. Me, 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 me. Now say knee. Knee, 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 knee. Now say rrr. Rrr. That's a mess, isn't it? Try that again. Go tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. I want you to feel it right on the front of your mouth like you're spitting it, okay? But put your hand in front of your face so you don't spit on everybody. So ready? Say it. Ready? Go. Tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. You should feel the breath attack your hand. Do it again and feel the breath attack your hand, but close your eyes this time. But don't lock your knees or you'll fall down. Remember, get yourself soft and supple, get everything upright. In fact, I see some of you posture doesn't look so good, so check your posture. Do one of the exercises that I showed you. Okay, get everything in good alignment, balance. Here we go. Now we're going to do tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. Ready, go. Tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. Really feel it jumping out of you so you feel it truly on the tip of your teeth and the tip of your tongue, okay? Put it right out there, okay? Ready? Breathe in long and slow, this time through your mouth. We're going to breathe, and then we're going to do tip of the teeth. Ready? Ready, breathe on 4. Go. 1, 2, 3, go. Tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. Good. Does that feel good? So we just talked to you about vocal placement. On your tongue, you feel this sound in the front. Now let's do something way in the back. And just yawn for me. Say, aha. Oh, go ahead and stretch again. Gina, are you tired? I'm tired. Yeah. Ah. Say, ha. Now just sigh even more. Say, ha. Say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Slide all the way as low as you can go. What's that? The new dance they do? I've been well, I don't know, some dancing thing I was at. I've been to a lot of weddings lately. Like they're doing this. No. I don't know. Anyway, so let's do that again, and we're gonna do. Oh yeah, ready, go. Oh yeah, you should feel it way down there. But breathe long and slow through your mouth. Ready, go. Oh, yeah. Should feel all that flow out of you. Again, let the sound ride on the breath. Do it again and close your eyes and feel the sound ride out of you on the exhaled air. I'll count to 4, and then you exhale on oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Oh, yeah. All right, good job. Have a seat. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. You getting anything out of this? Okay, good. I'm hoping that this is helping you develop some things and you're feeling all sorts of stuff going on. Let me talk to you about a few more sounds. So when we start to combine sounds, we're going to combine consonants and vowels, and we want to begin to feel where those vowels need to be placed on our tongue. So take your tongue and just lift it to the roof of your mouth. Find the back of your teeth up there, if you have any. I don't know. You got some? Good. Put up there. It's good to have teeth, right? Okay. All right. I haven't lost any that way. I think I've been punched in the mouth and lost one once, but all right. Find the top of the roof of your mouth. That's called your hard palate. Say hard palate. Now just drop it to the back or the bottom of your mouth, just like normal, and just go. Breathe in. Like you're surprised, like I'm going to give you 1,000,000 donuts. No, I don't know. Do that really fast, like you feel it really. Think about what you feel in your mouth. Breathe in really fast. Feel all that space created. Do it again. Now, one of the big things about the vocal box and the chest voice is you have to feel the space in your throat and in your mouth. Otherwise, you'll start feeling like this when you're speaking and singing. And, people get really nervous and they're like, I don't really want to be up here. And because they get all tense. So you got to go the opposite direction if you want to be your best. You got to relax. You got to be in a good posture. You have to breathe deeply, not shallow, and so that you feel all this resonance in your mouth. And let's change it up now, and let's move to where we're adding pitch to the sound. Because it's like, we're making all these weird sounds. We're saying grunting and groaning and all these. What in the world are they doing in there? Well, obviously, we're trying to awaken all of these aspects of your instrument so that you'll be your best. And so that's what these things are about, these exercises. So let's take a couple of things and let's start on a pitch. Here's the pitch. Everybody go there, hum it. So let's just take it again, a little louder. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go up in steps. Music has 7 notes in the 12-tone system in the Western music. So we're just going to go up 7, and then the 8 and 1 are the same. You know this, so you can do it with solfege, do, re, mi, or you can do it with numbers. You can do it in lots of ways. So let's just go. Now we're going to walk up just 1, 2, and 3. So I'll do it first, then you try. I'll do it first, then you try. You see that? Try it. Breathe in long and slow through your nose. want you to feel all those buzzing, okay? I want you to feel that. This time, let's go up to 4, okay? We're going to go, okay? Ready? Breathe. Let's do this. Let's go up to 6 this time. So we're going to go, that's 6. Okay, ready? Here we go. Everybody there? There's 1, or do, but we're singing. Should all be familiar, right? Elementary school, hopefully. Okay, good. Or maybe you didn't get that. Well, here you get it today. Are you ready? So here we go. Breathe. Good, good. Well, I was like, whoa, now I need some air, right? Okay, go ahead and stand. Oh, my goodness gracious. Sit down. I'm not going to say it. Yeah, I'm going to. So when my son was real little, my middle son, he was so funny. He would come downstairs, and one time he came down the stairs, and his pants fell off or something like this. He was like 5 years old. And we all just cracked up laughing. And he looked around us and he said, "You're all fired. You're all fired." He's like 5 years old. What do you mean? Well. Anyway, I thought that was funny. I'm not firing you. I'm just saying, look at the eyes of the maestro, right? Here we go. Oh, we lost this lady over here. Have a seat. We love you, but we're a team. We're only strong as the weakest link. Here we go. You ready? I'm not saying you're weak. You just need some help with us together. Watch, watch, watch. That's pretty good. Well, I'm not going to blast you harder than that. Okay. Are you ready? Check your posture. Oh, it's 2-2-2. It really is right now. Look at that. Wow. That's happening all the time. Every time I look at a clock, that happens to me. It's wild. Check your posture. Go up to 6 this time. Remember that one? We're going to count to 4 before. I'm going to count to 4 so you can breathe. And then we're going to go up to 6. Are you ready? Here's your pitch. Kind of get pitch memory, but don't sing it. Call it pre-reading. Now hear it, but don't make the sound. Okay, ready? I'm going to count to 4. 1, 2, you're breathing in. Good job. All right, this time I want you to lift your hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to fall forward from our waist down. Now, don't do this if you have any back problems. I'll demonstrate first. But I want you to feel this bowing feeling as you exhale the sound. And we're just going to do it on aha. We're going to go, I'll do it first. Aha. Just like that. Ready? Ready, go. You're going to, sorry. I give you a cue here. Lift your hands. Go ahead. So you're checking your posture. Then we're going to count to 4, and then we're going to bow down like from the waist down. Stay down there. Oh, that should feel really good, actually. Okay, go ahead and come back up. This time we're going to do singing. We're going to go. Just 4. I'll demonstrate. I'll do it first, then you try. You see what I mean? We're combining all these muscles together. Ready? Count to 4. 1, 2, breathing, go. Let it go all out. Stay down there and keep the sound going. Push it out. Good job. Go and come back up. Now, when you felt that, didn't you feel that last bit of extra oomph from the bottom? This is what it takes to get to the end of a musical phrase, okay? This is the secret. You have to employ this deep breathing and these muscles here so you can get all the way to the end of, I don't know, shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. This has a million words, and I can't remember them ever. Whatever, right? Okay, so you got these really long phrases of all of these songs with a million words, and you're trying to get to the end. The only way you're going to get there is if you let the sound ride on the breath and you feel that same muscular action you felt. So that's the secret here. That's why this is such a great exercise. This time we're going to employ 6 notes, and we're going to do it with the humming again, and we're going to bow down from our middle. Why don't we breathe in 8 counts too, because you're going to need it, okay? Okay, breathe through your nose. Anybody breathing through their ears yet? I don't know. Can you? Oh, man, I was like, wow, not just kidding. All right, so we're going to breathe in through our nose, this long and slow. Remember, 2 ways to breathe. This is long and slow legato. So breathing, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going Yeah, good. All right. Good job. Have a seat. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this is going to be so interactive. I'm going to give you a 5-minute break so that you can go do your stuff, business or whatever, get a drink, just kind of, cool off a little. But 5 minutes, and we'll be back, and then we're going to slam harder on some other stuff. Did you have fun yet? All right, good job. You're doing great. Okay, take 5 minutes. I don't raise them, I own 2. Yeah. Oh, they're wonderful.
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing when all eyes are on Jesus. Oh, it's such a beautiful thing when all eyes are on Him. All eyes are on Him.
Oh, yeah, they're wonderful. The Dean family.
All eyes are on Him.
right. Come on, guys. Let's get going. 60 seconds. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. I haven't seen 35 in a while. 34, 32, 31. What's after that? 30, 29. Are there more people? Come on, people. Oh, come. Oh, blessings to you, my friend. 9, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. That's a great photo. Thank you. Yeah. Not because it's me. It's just a cool photo. 21, 19, 18. Come on, peoples. Man, it's like herding cats. And I heard all sorts of things. So we do, actually. I round up on horseback, and this is my city clothes. And anyway, it's fun stuff. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, are you ready? Not yet. Okay, let's get going. We're going to dive right back in, and hopefully none of what I've shared, or some of what I've shared, has been either dusting off the cobwebs in your musical brain, or it's new to where it's like, wow, I never thought about it that way, or yeah, that's a great exercise, and it's going to help you, because my goal here today is, and the Holy Spirit sent me here to awaken the artist in you, to help bring you into your best self, your best singing. And that's why I'm here. And these exercises, without a doubt, when you begin to absorb them, along with the many that we're going to do next, and incorporate them into a good regimen or practice schedule into your life, they will absolutely change the way you sing now and only make you better. They will absolutely correct things and move things. And the Lord showed me, He said, you know, what I want you to do, Tim, is I want you to make a vocal gym for my people. And I said, Lord, what's that? And He said, Timothy, use all of what you've learned and put it into loops and rhythms and melodies that people like to do, that can follow along, and then make it fun, but make it very didactic at the same time. And so we were able to create some products that we're going to give away at the end of our set today, and that's going to be able to help you. I'm going to give you over 20 exercises. Say 20. I mean, 20, that's a lot of machines in a gym, okay? I don't know if you can use like 4 and you're like tired, right? You know, so there's 20. So there's going to be 20 different exercises that will help you get in the best vocal condition of your life. And so it's going to be awesome. We're going to do some of them right now. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we've been talking about posture. We've been talking about breathing. We got into the resonators a little bit. And we created some sound that you really felt sound being exhaled out of you on the breath, hopefully. You felt different ways of your body. You felt breathing. You felt the sound literally be carried out through these different exercises that we tried. And so let's add a track or some kind of soundtrack to everything, so it's a little more interesting. Now, in the traditional world of vocals, you know, you've got the big choirs, and you've got then background vocals, and then you've got soloists, and you've got everything in between, you know, some accompanied, some not accompanied, in every classification of things. We're not going to get into that heavy stuff there, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that as you become interested in learning to develop yourself, that you really get on a schedule where you say, I'm going to commit myself to this. People buy memberships all the time for gyms or buy an elliptical or a treadmill, and then it sits in the closet. And what happen? It becomes like a giant hat rack, right? So you don't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Man, that elliptical sure looks good over there, but you're still like 40, 50 pounds overweight. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to work on it. Whatever, right? So vocally, it's the same. If I can get you committed to, after I give you the gym, to go in there and it makes it fun, then you're going to go in there and engage yourself. And you got to do it in a routine. And we'll talk about how to do that and develop it for your life so that it's a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the one that's probably the most famous first, is just exercise number 1 on this thing called total vocal workout. Now, I created 2. There's a 1.0 and a 2.0. And so 1.0, I think they have in the sound booth already. Do you got it loaded up? Perfect. Can you go to, I think it's track 2 on the disc. So what we're going to do, it's very simple, and it's just going to take pitches and go, and it repeats, repeats, and then it goes, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, or do, re, mi, etc. Got it? Okay. So it's real simple. So let's try it together. Let's just do it first without any accompaniment, just singing it out. So we'll just do it. Let's do it on solfege or solfeggio, which is the do, re, mi stuff. Okay. So we're going to go do, re, mi. Try it. Do, re, mi again. Do, re, mi again. Do, re, mi. Now this one goes mi, re, do. Ready? Mi, re, mi, re. Okay, real simple, right? Let's do it with the band now, okay? So let's go ahead and stand. Too bad. Okay, let's try it with the band. Can you play that track for me?
Let's start together singing gently with a soft
forward
hum.
Do that. So you're going to listen. Hear those pitches? So hum it. Go ahead. Check your posture, too. Now here comes 3, 2, 3, 2. Good. Now you try.
Now you try. Take a breath.
Got it? Do it a little louder. I can't hear you. Good. It's easy. Do it.
Your tongue should lie flat on your mouth while gently touching the lower teeth.
And I'm coaching in the background, but don't listen to me right now. Listen to me. Try it with a V sound. Ready?
Relax your jaw.
So feel all this buzzing. Good, you're doing good.
Posture is balance and alignment.
Now, 3. Try it with
Breathe deeply.
ma. Ready? Ma. A little louder. Come on.
Feel
A little
the
louder.
buzzing.
Ma. Remember mama?
Now a
Good.
deep breath from the
Try
diaphragm.
mo. Mo. A little louder. Come on.
You're doing
Good.
great.
Check your posture. Some of you are kind of check your posture as you do this. Mo, mo.
Keep your throat
Good.
relaxed.
Say ya.
Breathe
Ya,
like
ya, ya.
feeling
Yeah, 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 yeah. Good. Oh, you speak German. That's good. Ja. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Oh, Sie sprechen Deutsch? Ja, ja. Sie sprechen Deutsch. You didn't know you could speak German. Try
One more time.
Mo.
Big
Back to
breath.
Mo. Mo. Good. Let the sound ride on the breath as you go, let it go out. Mo. Good. Feel it from here.
Great job humming. Always remember to keep the vocal box, your
Good
tongue,
job.
and your jaw and throat relaxed, soft, and supple. The buzzing will help you develop a beautiful forward resonant tone.
Yeah, what he said. Okay, good job. All right, wasn't that fun? All right, good job. Have a seat. All right, so these exercises, they're about 3 to 5 minutes long, right? So they're not that hard. You can sit in the car. You've already been doing the thing sitting. Actually, working out in your car is a really excellent way to do it. You know, besides keeping you focused on driving and your voice, you're gonna be able to ignore all the weird people around you. Because they're all doing the same thing, except they're putting their makeup on and and drinking coffee and talking, texting, and singing vocal exercises all at the same time, right? Probably. So actually, it's a great time to study in your voice, as long as you make sure you feel everything we've been talking about, where you feel in your booty all the way to the back of the seat. When you breathe in, you feel air pockets expand. Now, in tonality has to do with pitch. So pitch happens right here, okay? So in the middle of our throats, we have something called the vocal folds. It's basically like a zipper, and they zip open and closed, and when they're wide open, it's the lowest sound. When it's closed, it's the highest sound. So if I put my hand on my throat like this, and I go, oh yeah, do that, ready? Oh, yeah. You feel it zip? Do it again and imagine it zipping, and close your eyes and sense what's happening internally. Ready? Oh, yeah. But breathe first. Breathe. Oh, yeah. You feel it zip? Okay. Now let's go the other direction. Let's go all the way up to the top of your voice. So you're talking way up here in your little voice. Say, hi, Timothy. Hi, Timothy. Say, wee, 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 wee. Woo, woo, woo. What? Woo, woo, woo. That's pretty good. Ooh, yeah, those are good sounds too. Okay, so you should feel that way up here on the top of your head. That's why we call it the head voice, or the Italians called it the falsetto, the false voice. Okay, so you have this feeling of the sound up here. But when we're in our chest voice, we should feel the sound here. So put your hand on your throat again. And I want you to say, just say pitch. So pitch happens here. Now put your hand on your tummy and say power. Okay, so power has to come from here. Pitch has to come from here. And all the tone is going to come from up here. When we get these out of order, what happens is, I call it vocal confusion. People start straining their voices really high, squeezing, blood veins popping in their throat, and all sorts. You're like, wow, that guy's really singing. No, he's hurting himself. Or she's hurting herself, or whatever, screaming, whatever. But you don't want that. You don't want to be vocalizing in agony for yourself or others. There's a way to sing high and not scream. There really is. And even for screamos, I have some screamo friends that I teach them how to scream right. You can scream right. You really can. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. So there's lots of ways to do that. We're not going to talk about that advanced stuff today. But there's lots of ways to do things, but you've got to get everything dialed into alignment. in balance and breathing right, letting sound ride on the breath. If you misstep A and B, it's impossible to get to C, because most of us know C, D, E, F, G, H, I, G, but we forget A and B. And you can't get to C without going through A and B. It's just that simple, even though many of us in life always want to skip a step. Man, I've so much trouble for myself trying to skip steps. Like, if I would hurt myself, seriously, if I skipped a step right now. No, I jump off of stuff all the time, don't worry. I fall off of stuff too, so anyway, so the point is that you want to be able to go didactically 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. And this is why I'm going so slow and so simple. Some of this might be super slow for some of you, but if you miss those steps, and most of the pros that I work with, that is always the number one issue. They've gotten into E, F, G, H, I, and they forgot A, B, C, D, and that's really the fundamentals. Oh yeah, read your Bible, pray every day, and I'll grow, grow, grow. Don't read my Bible and don't pray every day, and I'll shrink, shrink, shrink. Don't practice your voice. I don't mean singing. If you don't do vocal exercise with your vocal instrument won't be its best. And what you don't exercise, you will lose. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? The truth is your vocal range will continue to shrink. Public range, what you can sing pleasantly in front of people, okay? Versus what you can yell in the shower or whatever, that will continue to shrink. And I work with more and more pros that their ranges are getting smaller and smaller because they're forgetting A, B, and C. So when I'm out on the road doing these clinics, I really feel like I need to remind us, just get back to the basics, man. It really is that simple. It's about faith, hope, and love. It's not complicated. It's about receiving, and having, and then giving, right? So when we're talking about our voice, when we're talking about pitch, we're talking about, this is where the sound creates pitch, meaning how high or low sound is. So when I go up to the highest sounds like I did and the lowest sounds, I feel this zipping of the cords in my throat, right? So what I'm after now is to understand tonality, but not just with major sounds. What I mean by that is do, re, mi, 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. Okay, minor sounds. And it's fun to sing in major keys, and it's fun to sing in minor keys. But singers can sometimes go all over the place with their pitch unless we study pitch. So let's do an exercise in a minor key. Sound fun? Everybody loves these minor exercises. Let's do number 3 track. Actually, it's track 3, number 2. You can stay seated this time, and it's simple. And so that you can get used to it, because my goal is not to be here forever. In fact, my goal is simply to give you what I have and say, go and do it. Because it's meant to be follow along. I want you as a student, yes, but I don't want you my student forever. I'm not everything. There's many great teachers. Now, I've done a lot of cool stuff, and this is really great things, but you need to be able to have it where I'm not here and you're still working with it. So it's very simple. It's just follow along, literally is. So this next exercise, it goes 1, or I'll just hum it. It goes, try it. Going down to the 5 was what we're doing. And then it does it again. And then the last part goes. Got it? Pretty easy. You ready? Stand? It's better to stand, isn't it? Did I wear you out yet? Some of you are like, I'm tired. I'm tired too. Don't worry. Do we have coffee? Oh, no, just kidding. Ready? Okay. Let's do track 3. So listen, Go ahead.
Let's try humming together.
Listen. Now you know it already, so go ahead and sing with that guy. Hum it. Feel the buzz in your face. Yeah. Here comes the last part. Remember? Got it? Okay, great. Sing a little louder.
Let's sing with vowels.
Ma.
Ma.
One breath. Sing all the way through this with one breath. Breathe. There you go. Hold it to the end. Now breathe. Ma. Hold it out. Now breathe. We're going up again.
Let the sound.
Oh, some of you are in the wrong
breath.
key there. Ma. There you go. Okay, big
Keep
breath.
Right posture.
Ma. Breath here. Ma.
Sustain the sound.
Try it with
End
mum.
of the phrase.
Say mum.
Big breath.
Mum, 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 mum. Got it? Mum, 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 mum. Put your hand in your middle so you feel it bounce. Mum, mum. Feel that bounce from here. Remember the balloon? Mum, 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 mum. Try it on
You're doing
ma.
great.
Ready? Ma. Louder. Ma. Hold it out. Yeah.
Through you.
Ma. Breathe. Breathe. Hold it out all the way to the end. Good.
Be sure to
Try
feel
with
the
mo.
resonant forward
Mo. 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 You can almost do it an octave. Do it again. Mo. Come on, big breath here. Ready? Go.
Breathe deeply from your middle.
Hold it out to the end of the phrase.
You're doing great.
You're doing
Keep
great.
studying this, and you will develop
That's
a
enough. That's
beautiful
good. Thank you.
forward resonant
All right. Good job. Good job. Have a seat. Good. Isn't that fun? Hey, nice holding out your breath, man. So hopefully you should feel like, wow, okay, cool. So this is one in a minor key. It's not that difficult, but it's a little harder, a little harder. So you getting anything out of this? Isn't this a fun way to practice? It's like, you know, I used to go to vocal lessons and I'd do like ma 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 all these weird exercises. Great. Okay. I was so bored, man. At the end, I was like, I don't want to do that. It's like I didn't want to practice, and that's why I didn't get better. Because when you basically, muscles do this. If you do an exercise and then you do it correctly over and over again or repetitively, you'll develop what's called muscle memory. And then basically you learn guitar shape, and then you learn how to move it up and down the guitar, and you're like, oh, my hand remembers where to go. Piano's the same. All the woodwinds are the same. Strings, brass, everything's the same. It's all about muscle memory happening. And so what we happen here, it's the same thing. All these muscles that are happening together, you'll begin to develop muscle memory to where your singing will be in the best possible place vocally to where you'll be able to produce the best possible sounds. And so this is very important. So we've done 2 chest voice exercises. There's lots of other ones out there that I've got. There's one other one on my website that I want you to try, but I'll just teach it to you without going there right now. If you want to get my stuff from my website, there's always a lot of free stuff there. If you go singers.coach, that's the real website, not like a Facebook thing, and there's downloads, and you can get them. I do free stuff on there all the time, just got to go regularly. And if you have any questions ever, that like most people don't want to ask some questions publicly, and so, or they're afraid or whatever, just I will get back to you. I answer tons and tons of questions from people all over the world off of there. You wouldn't even believe some of the people who they are. They ask me questions like, "What? Well, that person asked that. Whoa, that's cool." They're trying to work on their posture. You mean Kim Walker wants to know how to breathe more? Oh, Kim, what? So everybody is a singer. It doesn't matter if you're heard by many or by one. What matters is that you're using your instrument with these techniques so that you can grow, not shrink. Are you okay? Okay. I know you're getting tired, but I want to keep pounding through. Are we okay? Because, man, we're only like in like the 15th, 7th week of school right now. You know, I'm trying to get you through. So let's get into what I like to call the head voice or the falsetto. So the head voice is that sound way up there. Say, "Hi, Timothy. How are you?" Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to speak up there, and I want you to let that sound come all the way down to the bottom of your voice like this. Hoo. So from the top to the bottom, ready? Say hoo, like an owl. Hoo. Do it again. Hoo. Hoo. What? Who? Who? Who's going to give me a raise? Who? So feel it transition into your chest, okay? So you should feel it kind of sloppily kind of tumble down. So feel it go through the whoo, and kind of there's a little bump there in the road. Do that again. Ready? Whoo. Now let's try another one. This is a fun one. Awooga. Awooga. Or auga. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Awooga. I like this one because you can really give it some oomph from your middle. So I want you to make it as loud as possible as you slide up to the top with the woo, like you're going woo, right? Like at a game or something, or to God, or you just got engaged, or a raise, or whatever. Someone just raised your dad from the dead, or I don't know, something, I don't know, something cool. But we got to breathe first. So breathe in. Let's do it to the count of 4, and then augas as loud as you can from the bottom to the top. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Au. You should feel lots of power and stuff. So you should feel all this power and this tone and everything happening all the way through your whole instrument. Now what we want to do is we want to mix the top sounds with the bottom without that little bump. The break, as everybody calls. Like, how do I work with my break, Timothy? What do I do with my break? My break sounds, I sing up here and I sound, and then I sing down here, and it's 2 different voices. It's not 2 different voices. You're just making them sound like 2 different voices. It's one voice, it's one instrument, and you can blend that instrument to where it will sound seamless, okay? So I'm going to teach you how to do that. One of the best exercises in the world, you've probably seen it before, and it's wonderful. It's called the lip trill, or I like to call them the bubbles. So what you do is you take your index finger, for some of us that can't do it without, put it on one side of your mouth, and then your thumb on the other, and cup your chin like you're just gently, don't squeeze your face. And then you're going to close your lips and blow like it's cold outside. And you guys know what that's all about. So it's cold, right? Yeah, do it again. Get some air behind it. It's not that, okay? Don't spray everybody. Turn to your neighbor and look at them and go, don't spit at them. Come on. We're not that friendly at this church. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so put your hand in front of your mouth, and I want you to feel the air hitting you as you bubble. Ready? But don't spit at each other if possible. So, Now I want you to now take this all the way through your range to the bottom of your sounds to the top of your sounds like this. There, oh, that was cool. Ready? So do it with me, okay? We're going to do 4 counts of breathing, and then I'm going to give you circles like this, so or little wave forms like, and we're going to do 4 in a row. So ready? Breathing in, put your hand on your lips if you need to, or around, cup your chin like you're, and then blow like you're cold outside. We're going to breathe first, 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, bubble. Good. Boy, it's hard to sustain that, isn't it? Let's do it again. That means you didn't have enough air. Or you're releasing too much air. A lot of singers struggle with this. It's like, I've got a ton of air in, Timothy, but I blew it all out on the first 2 notes of the song, and then I don't have anything left. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh, my soul. Man, that's the worst one. B's and P's and T's. Jesus, man, G's. Oh, man, all the sound and the air went out on G, right? So you really got to budget your air, kind of like having enough money at the end of the month instead of too much month at the end of your money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what we're after is more air, right? So how do we get a deeper breath? Well, by studying these breathing exercises. The more you do this, the longer you'll be able to bubble, the longer you'll be able to lip trill. So let's do 4 this time. And I think you need to stand. You're much better when you're standing. So go ahead, and just stand. Yeah. There we go. I'm turning around, Lord. I'm not going to be offended. I am unoffendable in Jesus' name. Okay, here we go. John Brewer taught me not to take that bait, so I'm doing it. I'm not doing it. Teasing you. Come on. You're going to basically laugh at yourself, right? Come on. So here we go. So we're going to count to, I'm going to count to 8 because you're going to need it. And then we're going to do 8 bubbles. Nah, let's do 4 bubbles. We're going to do 4 bubbles. And I'm going to do them slower, though. So you're going to go. Got it? Okay. So I'll just direct you that way because I'm trying to build your diaphragmatic strength. I know you're getting tired and all that, but dude, this is what it takes to get better. You want to be in the best vocal shape of your life? You want to win a marathon? You want to be who you're supposed to be as a singer, the best you can be? This is the direction you have to take. So here we go. We're going to breathe into the count of 8, and then I'm going to give you those 4 little waveforms. Are you ready? Get yourself soft and supple. Feel like you're in a fighting stance. Singing is an athletic event. So is public speaking. So if you're a public speaker and you're always running out of breath or you're losing your voice, that's the sign that you're not using your instrument right. You should never lose your voice. You really should not. We sing our guts out, and I'm fine, okay? Every night I sing my guts out, and I'm fine. People sing incorrectly 1 minute, and then they can't talk for a week. So that's the problem. It has to do with getting back in alignment, okay, in balance, and all of what we've been talking, okay? You good? I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm being the maestro here. Mensch ärgere dich nicht. Okay, I'm getting German. I'm in my Southern Ontario German mode here. Okay, here we go. You ready? Okay, we're going to breathe the 4, and then here we go. Ready? 1, breathing 4, go now. Good. You got more. That was good. I think you can go to 6. Let's do 6. Ready? Breathe 4. 1, 2, ready. 6 bubbles. Keep going. 1 more. All right. Good job. Man, I know it's hard, isn't it? Okay. So let's add pitch to this. Let's just do the 3 sounds. So we're going to go. Ready? Try it. Good. Pretty simple? All right. You're doing great. Let's go to track 4, the one that called Simple Bubble. And this one's a little different. It's got a couple more pitches, but just follow along. hey, you'll have me for the rest of your life, or as long as you want me, and then you can throw me away if you want. Because I'm in your car, you just, oh yeah, there's Timothy singing along. Oh man, I'm tired of this. No, I'm just kidding. Really, I'll be with you, and I'll be coaching you right there. So do let's 4. Simple bubble.
Let's learn how to do a lip trill,
I'll totally
sometimes called a bubble. Up
self-explanatory.
your chin with your open hand. Now extend your index finger on one side of your mouth and your thumb on the other.
I feel like I'm
Gently
a mime.
push up on your chin with your cupped hand. Now make a sound and blow. Like it's cold outside.
It's cool. Man, I'm out of my
Bubbling or
mind.
lip
Aren't I?
trills
That's like crazy.
have a wonderful way of teaching you to connect all the
I just laugh
exhaled
at
air
myself.
with the
So
sound.
funny.
Now let's try it with a
Okay,
simple
here comes the
five-note
stuff you gotta
and
learn. You gotta touch
three-note
all this, right?
arpeggio combination. I'll play it first, then
It's an
sing it,
arpeggio.
then you
It's
try.
a couple extra notes, and it's got a little bit more thump. Then backwards. Got it. Listen. Breathe. 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 Now you.
Now
Breathe.
you try.
Come on, louder, lots of bubble. Come on,
Keep
there's
the
one of
bubble
you.
going.
One of me, and I'm singing louder. Come on, louder. Breathe. Come on. Backwards.
Remember to keep a good posture.
Keep going. I know this is hard. Good. Good. Now double it.
We're
Try to
going
breathe.
down.
Oh, it's going down. Sorry. Breathe. Now try to extend the bubble longer. Now breathe.
Breathe deep from your middle.
Going down. Keep going. Breathe. Keep going. Good. Going down. Do it
Keep the
longer
bubble
like that.
going.
Push
Don't
yourself.
let it
Come on.
stop.
You can do this. Gonna be the best singer you ever been after you work on this stuff. It's transformational. One more. Keep going. Come on, push yourself. Big breath right here.
Breathe deeply from your middle. Great job bubbling.
Can you give us
Lip
a dance
trills
for
or
that?
bubbles are an excellent way to keep tension
I don't know,
out of
man.
your
I don't know.
voice and develop great breath control.
Yeah,
Have
whatever
a
that
great
guy.
time singing.
Have a great time singing. All right, you can have a seat. Good job. All right. Was that fun? Okay, I'm hoping that was a little more fun, that you're continuing to feel the sound moving around in your instrument. We're talking about learning to mix the sound from the top of our voice to the lowest part of our voice. So I want to do one more exercise because we're at 3:10 right now. So we said we were going to start at 1, going to end at 3, right? And then we're going to have a time of prayer and ministry too. I don't want to wear you out before we get to that part. So I want to do one more exercise. And do you have the ability to go to my website and play something from up there? Cool. Go to the singers.coach website, and there's a free one. It's the second free one, not the hum chew one, but the other one. Oh, I didn't show you that. Okay, yeah. So, when you hum, this is another way to relax your jaw and open your throat. Is to just chew like a cow chewing its cud, you know. So, don't grind your teeth though. So you're like, like, oh, well, that cookie looks really good. Pizza. Say, Mamma Mia. We're getting hungry or something. So you're humming and chewing at the same time. You feel that? So you feel the space between your molars. Do it again. Feel the space. Now add pitch to that. Go. Do the minor one. See, I kept doing the humming and chewing. if you ever have tension in your throat, like you sang and you're like, man, my throat's really tight, do this and hum chew. It'll relax this whole laryngeal area, and it'll all these bunch of muscles here that are all tight and squeezing like that. It'll be like relaxing your hand and massaging everything back in there. There's a couple other things you can do that will help if you get really tight in your throat. But this is the primary one that's really excellent. All right, are you ready? Sweet. So listen to this one first, and then
open your throat and relax your jaw. Sing strong and loud with power from your middle. Let your diaphragm release your voice.
yeah,
Exhale the sound.
that's right. What do you say?
Let the sound right out of
So
you
this one's a little more,
on the breath.
a little more rock and roll.
We'll use the scale degree numbers 1, 6, 4, 7, 8, or do, la, fa, ti, do in solfege.
So it's a couple
We'll use
harder,
the
a little
syllables.
harder notes.
Ma, ah, me, and mo. I'll play it, then I'll sing it, then you try. Memorize the melody.
So listen to the melody. That's 6, 7, 8,
Now I'll sing it.
1, 6, 4, 7, 8.
Now
Pretty
you
easy.
try.
Try it. Ma, me.
Take a breath.
Mo.
Again.
Ma, me. 4, 7. Mo.
Hold
it
out
out.
this last note big and strong.
Go ahead and stand up.
Changing keys.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Ma. You sing. It's pretty easy.
You sound
great. Mo.
Take a breath.
Ma. Me.
Think
7.
power.
Mo.
Hold out the sound.
Hold that out. Now get a big
Sustain.
breath. Do it our ma
Changing
again,
keys
ma man.
again.
Ma. Louder, come on.
Keep an upright
Hey.
posture.
Mo. Ma.
Fill your
Me.
diaphragm with
Me.
air.
Here comes
Then
me.
exhale the sound.
And then Mo. Mo. Hold it out. Okay, it's going to give you a lot of power. Here's one more. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, I guess I didn't change keys again.
You're building a powerful technique.
Yeah.
Remember not to oversing, but work on powerful and projected sound. Sustain the notes all the way to the end of the phrase, and make sure you exhale the sound. Let the sound ride out of you on the exhaled air.
Yeah, what he said. Okay, have a seat. So that's a great one. It really is. Love one. Do you guys know who Adam Carpenter is? Oh, okay. Adam's a dear friend of mine. And anyway, he was like, dude, I love that one. I'm doing that every day. I love it. He really likes that exercise for some reason. He does all my exercises all the time, but he really likes that one for some reason. He said it really is helping him learn how to sustain as a BGV vocalist. Okay, because he sings backup most of the time for Rick and Misty and a bunch of other people all the time. He doesn't usually carry a set where he sings the main musical stuff all the time. So if you're a BGV singer, this is a great exercise for you when you're always trying to build this power behind another lead voice. You understand what I'm talking about with that, right? So in music, in the modern setting, usually that's how we're doing it, where we have one or two singing a lead, and then we add an ensemble to it along with other things. All right. Have you gotten anything out of today? Oh, good. It's been an honor to be here. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was just in Mexico, and I did see some of those seals. They're funny. One of the things that's critical is that you and I have to develop a pattern that we make a commitment. Just like with Jesus, you have to leave John the Baptist like Andrew did. He was, I don't know if you knew this, as I study and drill down, and Andrew anointing is really interesting to me because I have it. I didn't know what that was. And I asked the Lord, what is that? And he said, you know how to connect people to me. I said, what? I do? I said, okay. He said, look at Andrew. He says, Andrew was a disciple of John the Baptist. He was there when John said, hey, this one, when he comes out of the water, I saw the Holy Spirit descend on him and et cetera. You know the story. He's going to be the one you need to follow. And when Andrew heard that, it says in the scripture, and this is such a beautiful thing, it says, he went and he found his brother Peter and he took him to Jesus. Man, I want to be that person that I know how to take people to Jesus. Get out of the way. He wasn't trying to go through he didn't even bother with all this, whatever, 5 steps, 12 steps, all these things, steps, this and that. Yeah, you do. But he had this thing where he went to those closest to him, his physical brother, his business partner, and he brought him to Jesus. And that's really cool to me because, the Lord is always trying to break into our lives. And as a singer, we have to be that kind of discipline or have that type of discipleship so that we can grow. And so I've brought you these things, but now you've got to take them and go to the next level. So what I want you to think about is when I think about practicing, I want you to think about it being just like a week. So think of 3 days and then taking a break and then 3 days, so that in every 7 days you're practicing 6 days a week. No. Is that 8 days a week? Sorry. Okay. So, and then you have 1 day of rest. Oh yeah, God's into that. Did you know God's goal is rest, by the way? Yeah, he's into the 6 days of working, but his goal is Shabbat, and it's rest. So practice 6 days a week. Oh, good. Nice big breath. And I love that sighing. Did you hear all of her relaxedness in the back? It was great. That was really great. No, it's wonderful. It's good. Everybody, let's all yawn. Oh, I'm not insulted at all. I'm unoffendable. In fact, that's amazing. What a compliment. You've learned to relax, open your throat and relax your jaw through the most wonderful way, which is yawning. Yawn sigh is what we call it in vocal exercises. So what I want you to think about is I'm going to practice 3 days in a row, 30 minutes a day. And so go to your vocal gym, not singing. I'm talking about practicing. You're putting on your workout clothes, your outfit, all this rig. We're talking about programming yourself in to going to the gym. You put on a couple exercises and do 3, 5, 6, 8 minutes. And you study those 3 days in a week. Then you take a day off, and on your day off, I want it to be a true day of vocal rest, and that means you're not talking much or at all on that day. I mean, now that's almost impossible for many of us, but literally a true vocal rest is needed at least once a week. Hey, you understand cabin fever. Just get in there and close yourself in and just shut up, stop talking, okay? My voice hurts. Well, go on vocal rest. Stop. What's great about the vocal instrument is after you've done all these exercises or even abused your voice and it's like you lost it either by coughing too much through an upper respiratory infection or you sang wrong. A lot of people, the biggest issues are they sing too long, too loud, too high, and then they just blow their voice up. They yell at a football game or whatever. What the biggest challenge that we have is going through a vocal rest period, and I mean rest. Like, if true rest, Shabbat in Israel is the elevators don't even work. Okay, you can't go up the building. Well, actually, you can. There's a Shabbat elevator where you can go up one floor at a time. Okay, but the why? Well, the Bible or the Talmud actually it says not to kindle fire on the Sabbath. That's why they do it. I have some dear, dear friends, and they don't drive on Shabbat. They walk to the shul. They walk to the synagogue. They don't turn on the lights. That's why they lit a candle on Friday night. And then they truly rest. That culture understands rest. Americans do not. I mean, church is not a restful day sometimes. Like Sundays, oh my gosh, you're crazy, you know. So you've got to enter into that covenant of rest. I'm not saying change your week in regards to the church, but I'm talking about vocally. So if you think of the garden of your voice, you need 7 days in that week. And so 6 days you're going to work out your voice. One of those days is going to be a break and a total break. So how do I practice? Everyone always asks me, Timothy, I got all these great exercises. You've taught me all this stuff. Now I want to learn to do it. I want to be a discipline. I get these commitment letters all the time. You know, I commit to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm a loyal. I'm going to do this. And okay, I'm with you. And I'm like, you know, encouraging them. And then they come back and say, oh man, I lost my voice. I said, well, what are you doing? You know, well, I didn't do what you said. I said, okay, well, let's go back to A. So we go back. So how do I practice? I taught you already. But now inside that 30 minutes, how do I practice? This doesn't mean singing, okay? This means practicing. Take exercises, all these weird vocal things we did, strings, all this stuff. Look at yourself in the mirror when you're doing it. It helps to make sure you're actually standing upright. And some people make weird faces when they sing. Look at yourself in the mirror and sing. And if you're making weird faces, stop it. Okay, it looks weird, okay? You know, I saw myself once on a screen in a big IMAG thing in a big conference singing, and I looked up and I went, oh my God. I couldn't believe how weird I looked. I was doing all these things with my face, and I saw it on video afterwards. I was like, man, no wonder it didn't sound good. I mean, really, it's like all those things, they don't help you sing better, you know, they really don't. So it's good to look in the mirror and have a visual image. So inside that time, so we got 5 minutes of technique. We've got another 2 exercises. So now you're in 15 minutes, right? So what I want you to start thinking about is I practiced my exercises and some of my technique. Now I'm my repertoire. What I mean by repertoire is the songs you sing. And songs there's wonderful ones all over. What I want you to do is find a go-to song. Okay, what I mean by that is the song you can sing and sound good on your worst day, even if it's Happy Birthday. I mean, I don't know. You pick your song, and you'll have to have a coach help you, or you can find it your own. You know, if you sing along with it, and if you like it and you sound good, maybe that's your go-to song. Or if you do regularly sing in front of others, or you're training yourself, eventually you'll have many go-to songs. Like many of the people, Dana's go-to song is All Eyes Are on Him. So this last night when she was talking to me about what should we do, and she didn't have it on the list in rehearsal, I started playing it, hint, hint, you need to go here, I love you, I mean, I'm not manipulative or controlling, but I was like, Dana, we need to go to your go-to song, you know, have it ready. And sure enough, that was like one of the highlights, right? You know, you're like, whoa, you know, just so much strength. So that's her go-to song. So find your go-to song, whatever it is. Something you can sing by memory, and you don't get tired of it. And then every day you're going to go to that go-to song at least one time through. Why? Sometimes I want you to hum it through. Sometimes I want you to bubble it through. Sometimes I want you to sing it on Ma. I don't care how you sing it. Ma, moo, no, I don't know. It's amazing what will happen. What will happen is you're going to develop your own sense of style on your song, not copying somebody else. And this is the biggest issue and what's going to lead us into our next time. It's a vocal identity crisis. Everyone doesn't like the sound of their own voice. I've never met a singer in my life, even the amazing ones, who like their voices. Everyone goes, man, oh, that sounds awful. Do you have auto-tune or something? You know, you wouldn't believe how into our own voices we often are. And that's because God is trying to break off of us this sort of thing that I talked about yesterday, that Lucifer, you know, tried to usurp God, and it's like you're so into yourself that you have to forget about yourself and concentrate on Him, like the song says, and worship Him. Remember that old song? Instead of trying to just, be into your other thing. So by practicing these songs like that, your go-to song, say it's Bless the Lord, O my soul. Ma, or whatever. Mo, mi, ooh, brrr. You're going to discover all sorts of things. Okay, I'm giving you gold mines here. I normally don't go this hard on this, but this is like this. What I'm teaching you right here is like the secret of the virtuoso. You extract from your repertoire great exercises. Is what this is. Puccini's, whatever, and then you hum it. Handel's, whatever. Bach's, whatever. Jason Upton's, whatever. Dana, pick great songwriters through history. Doesn't matter. There's nothing new under the sun, okay? There really isn't. Every melody has already probably been sung, but God is always changing them, which is fun, So you can do that with your go-to song. And then the last part of that is I also want every day to be every part of your rehearsal every day, maybe the last 5 minutes, or whatever, since you can only have 30 minutes a day, if that's your time, to be a discovery time, or you're learning something new, okay? I want you to listen to something new. I don't know that Elevation song. Oh, wow, cool. Okay, I don't know. Oh, that's a new one. I've not heard that. Or I want to learn that. And what's going to happen is you're going to gradually build up a carousel of music. Before you know it, you'll have 20 go-to songs, okay? And you're going to have repertoire running out your ears. You'll know all these songs, and I'm going to mean know the song. I mean you will have the song memorized. You know the pitches. You've internalized it. When you sing it, I believe it. In fact, I'm not just having to believe it. You're preaching it to me. There's really 3 types of songs, okay? There's songs God sings over us. There's songs we sing over people. And there's songs we sing back to God. So it's basically a priest, a prophet, and a king is what happens in that. It's amazing. I have a book that I'm writing that's all about all this. And what we do when we learn to sing this way, we're able to move into God's purpose for us as God singers. So one of the big things that a lot of times we encounter as we're studying, we get on a schedule, we got good material, all the thorns, it's like plowing, right? And then I planted, and now rain's coming today at my house, okay? And then tomorrow, next week, I think it's going to be hot, in the 70s or something. So that's great. So I just got the seed in the ground if the rain comes. So that's what's going to happen in your life. If you start adding all these things, you'll begin to have harvest. But what happens in the transition of getting this material to where you get that harvest is the thorns and the rocks and the barren, the hard ground, all these things. And so that's what I believe I'm here to help with today also, is to pray for you for a breakthrough in your voice. And we're going to do some corporate things and also some individual things. But I want you to think about something that God is interested in manifesting himself on earth, okay? Don't you agree with that? Heaven come to earth, right? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, on earth as it is in heaven. That's where we get that. It's not from some famous song, okay? That's it. That's what matters. So God is trying to break into my world or into the earth. This is the earth he's trying to break into. Just tap on your earth right there, okay? He's trying to break into me. So this soil has to become soft so the seeds can just go forth. And what happens is when I get those thorns and those other things of this earth, I'm not able to manifest his glory fully by being the best I can be. Or stuff happens like shame comes on us. Or we feel rejected because some director looked at us and made us sit down in a rehearsal and now we won't come back, because I'm offended or something. Like, I've offended so many people with my bad manners. I've worked on it. I haven't done that did I do it today? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm kidding. Okay. But the reality is there's so many different things that happen in our vocal life that we've got to watch. One of the biggest ones is I'm trying to sound like someone else. I'm trying to sound like my favorite singer. You know, that's not you. Don't try to be them, okay? Be who you are. Be the best you can be. And then you will find your calling, like I started with today. My calling, my father said, Timmy, come sing. It led me into my destiny. Now I'm standing in front of kings and queens like you. You know, where am I? Oh, Leanne. I love your town. And I have so much love for you guys. I've been praying for you for weeks about this meeting, that God's love would break in and reach you where you are, because, you know, God needs you. He loves you. He's like, there you are. I see you. Hey, I want you. He's chosen your voice. He wants your voice to move into that next step of maybe you are one of those that's going to move from the favor of few to the favor of many. There's a Ferris wheel of favor that goes up and down. You're few and then many and then few and then many. Goes around and around. I'm known and then I'm not known and then I'm known. So life is that way. But maybe you are one of those. I met Rick when he was 18, Carrie when she was in her early 20s, you know, before nobody knew who they were. I met many of these people way before. But you have to say, I was their Andrew. You know, I helped bring them to Jesus, and then Jesus took them, you know. And you got to do that for yourself, though. You got to say, you know, I want to begin with the material I've begun today, and I'm going to let it change me, and I'm going to commit myself to it. And Lord, I want the ground of my heart to be fertile so that I can become a God singer, and I can learn to begin singing for God and not myself, and that I can feel you moving me into my best, because I want to be best for you. I don't want to just sound like someone. I don't want to sell records, though those are good things, and those are byproducts oftentimes of things that God is wanting to do in our life. But I really feel like today that some of you feel it very insignificant, and that is wrong. That's not true. That's a lie. You know, the enemy comes to tell us all sorts of stuff in our head so he can try to break the cycle between our calling, which leads us to our destiny, okay? That's what the enemy's always trying to do. You get called, Timmy, come and sing. Okay. There's so many things in my life that came before I was able to stand in front of tens of thousands of people and thousands and thousands of students later, 25 countries after I go to Greece this next trip. And I'm like, wow, I've singers all over the world I've worked with on these same things all over. But the enemy is always trying to stop us. We get called, and then our destiny's over here, but we something between the calling and the destiny, there's an abortion of some kind. There's something that happens that comes and tries to attack, and I believe some of you have felt like that for your musical lives. You're like, man, I'm just still in a choir or whatever, or I'm just not singing that, and my voice isn't what it used to be. And I just felt like the Holy Spirit saying, tell them they're not insignificant, that you are not forgotten, that you are not insignificant, even though you feel like, wow, I'm in this town of whatever many. You know what? I believe, and many of the prophets of our time are saying that the next great revival is going to be rural America, that it's coming in our small townships of 15, 25,000 and less, and that's going to creep into the big cities. I'm serious. That's what they're saying all over our nation. And I live in a small community next to a couple million people too, you know. But I live in a small community, and we're experiencing wonderful things there. And it's creeping into San Antonio, and there's some cool stuff happening. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, God's into the small. I like what Rick says. The small is the new big. Guys, it really is. He's into you. He's into your worship team on the church. It's you getting involved. It's in getting you making the best you can be. And so I don't know if that resonates with anyone, that you felt like, man, I don't know if and I just feel like we should pray for you today, that would fall off of you. And if there is, just stand up where you are. We're going to do some body ministry here. Just stand up if you felt like, I don't feel good about myself with this singing stuff, and I'm not, I feel insignificant. Like maybe, Lord, I don't know, should I even do this or whatever? And I feel like the Lord He just wants to love on you for a minute. His banner over me is love. I keep singing all these old songs in this church for some reason. I don't know if it's the historicity of this area and that it's calling to me, but I keep hearing, he seats me at the banqueting table, his banner over me is love. I keep hearing, I sang a bunch of other old songs like last night. That was last night, right? Like all these words. I don't know what that is about this community here, but man, there's some deep wells here. There really is, of deep stuff, and you're part of that. You're not insignificant. You're not forgotten. You're not. And just lift your hands where you are. Just lift up your hands.